Hello everyone. All right, so I wanted to share this little dilemma with you guys because you might find yourselves occasionally coming across this same obstacle in the sense that I have a design here based off of this month's sketch that I decided to use Aspen 2A 2B across the side by side across the bottom of this page. And when I usually keep in mind my pattern papers, right? And in this case, I had already chose this pattern because I wanted the light color to come back in because I had a darker background. And because I was gonna save this one for my second layout, I felt like it went really well with these pictures that I have. It just is a little bit warmer, and I thought, oh sweet, I'll save that. And so my focus was this pattern, utilizing this pattern. This is really fun plain pattern that's on this lighter teal too, but it just doesn't get the effect that I was hoping to get with the cream pops. And this was a pit stop that we had stopped along the way as we were taking our road trip, so the cars and those things kind of worked. Anyways, now that I gave you a whole scenario that I am working with, my obstacle that I ran into was that if I want to trace these out of this pattern, because it is one direction, which is common, this would mean that if I trace these out with the side A and side B as they are designed, when I flip this one back over, the cars will be upside down, right? So when I flip it back to go along the bottom of my page, the cars will be upside down on the right side. Now, normally I will try to avoid this, so I took a moment, analyzed my other options, and my other options are the ones that I was telling you, right? So I found myself kind of in this loop, this loop of undecisiveness. And I've learned when I get into that loop in the creator's mindset to just really say, what is the problem, right? And the problem is that it will be upside down. I have two options. I can either just go to another paper or just cut two out. And at the end of the day, I was like, all right, I don't do it often, but what's the worst of cutting two out, right? So sometimes when you come across that, don't let it stop you too long in your tracks. Really just ask yourself that question. Are you willing to just cut two out? And really what we're gonna do is we're going to lose just about that much of the paper. So it's not even really a lot of paper that you're going to lose in this case. So it's not really worth losing the time that you would have contemplating the issue. So stop the loop and just cut two of them out. So typically the borders are designed that you would trace them A, B together. One cut up the middle will give you the two pieces, correct? So again, if you're new to Kiwi Lane, usually we do it this way and you cut it up the side. That's great if you have a side A, like one on this side and one on this side, one's sideways, one's, across the page. Anyways, but in this case, I am going to just go ahead and flip it, and I'm just gonna cut each one out separately. Only because I need to for my paper's sake. If it does not matter on your paper, please do not cut them out separately. Cut them out together because it is so much more efficient and effective. But if you do come across where your design and your paper do not meet up, align in theory, then don't let it stop you too long. Like I said, just keep those cuts and those trays really tight. And I'm going to show you how much I'm going to lose here. So I'm just going to do those two cuts, right? And then you'll be able to cut those out. There we go. I'm like, where are my scissors? And get your two pieces that way. And then of course your dilemma with the paper being upside down or not matching your design that you already did in step 1, the designing process, you can quickly accommodate for. And so normally, yay, 1 cut, but in this case, we'll have to do 2, but they're not too hard with the borders. So I'm not sure why my mind was in a loop, but it was just looking at my options. You know, what raw materials do I have, in this case, my paper, to create with, and then looking for that solution. And in this case, it all worked out, right? So I still have pretty good efficient use of this paper left. And then I'm able to cut those borders out to continue on with finishing my page.